Hello there guys, for today's video I'm going to show you how to create a comic effect in Photoshop. And also, we will dive deeper into using different filter gallery like poster edge, cutout, torn edges, and glowing edges. We're also going to apply here the Gaussian blur, changing of blend mode, shadow and highlights, and type tool. So let's get started. So here in our document, I have here a portrait image of this woman, and our goal here is to apply the comic effect. So the first step we're going to do here is we're going to adjust the image size. So going on to the menu bar, go to image, then go to image size. And then I'm going to set the resolution into 150 pixels. Make sure that it's set to that. That will be used for the halftone later on. Then hit OK. Then the next step here is that we're going to create a selection on the subject. So to do that, with that background layer selected, we can just go to the contextual taskbar for a quick instant selection, then click on select subject. Once we already have a selection, now I'm going to extract this one by pressing Ctrl or Command plus J. There we go. Now we're going to name this layer as the subject. Now we're going to apply here the background. On another document, I prepare here the background that we will be using. So to get this one, all I have to do is to press Ctrl plus A to select, then press Ctrl or Command plus C to copy. Let's go back to our original document and click on the background layer and then press Ctrl or Command plus V. There you go. Now let's transform this one by pressing Ctrl or Command plus T. Then on the contextual taskbar, let's flip it something like that. All right, and then let's reposition this one, and also let's rescale this background to this. All right, now that's better. Then let's hit enter. And by the way, if you find this video helpful so far, please consider subscribing to help YouTube algorithm show my videos to other nerds like us. Moving back here, so we're going to adjust the shadows and the highlights of the subject layer. So click on the subject layer to make it active, then go to the menu bar, go to image, adjustments, and then find shadows and highlights. So this shadow and highlights will appear. So from the shadows, I'm going to decrease this one, right, to 0. From the tone, set this one to 15. That's okay. For the radius, let's leave it there. For the highlights, I'm going to increase, creating this blushy effect on our subject. So I'm going to set this one into amount of 25. Then for the tone, I'm going to decrease this one into amount of 30. Now that's better. Then hit OK. Now we're going to create a duplicate of this subject. So to do that, click on that subject layer, press Ctrl or Command plus J. There you go. And now let's rename this copy layer as the lines. We will be using that later on. So we're going to click on this layer and hide this one temporarily by clicking on this eye icon. There you go. Then click on the subject layer and let's convert that to smart object. So right click on it and then click on convert to smart object. There you go. So now we're going to start applying here the different filters. So with that subject layer selected, go to the menu bar, go to filter, then go to filter gallery. When you're in the filter gallery, let's just go to artistic, then click on poster edge. Now I'm going to zoom this one out by pressing Alt and hold it, and as you have noticed here in the mouse cursor, it turns to negative sign, and just click it to decrease or to zoom this one out, something like this. Now let's start changing the setting. Go to this part, and then for the edge thickness, I'm going to set this one to 0. For the edge intensity, set this one to 8. For the posterization, set this one to 0. Then hit OK. Then we're going to apply another one here. So again, with that subject layer, let's go on the menu bar once again. Go to filter, then go to filter gallery. And this time we're going to apply the cutout. So click on the cutout layer, press Alt, press to zoom this one out. Then on the setting, I'm going to set the number of levels to 6. Edge simplicity to 4, and edge fidelity to 2. Then hit OK. Alright, we're going to adjust the opacity of each filter. So here from the top, actually this is the cutout filter. So click on this icon here. this adjustment icon looking. Click on that, double click. Then we're going to decrease the opacity just into amount of 60 or 66. That's okay. All right. Then hit OK. After that, we're going to apply here the halftone. So with that subject layer selected, go to the menu bar, go to filter. This time, let's go to pixelate and find color halftone. So from the setting of the color halftone, I'm going to set the max radius to 9 pixels, for the channels to 45, as well on the channel 2, 3, and 4, they're all 45. And then hit OK. Now this one's turned to this. Now it's getting a little bit blurry, so we're going to decrease the opacity again of this color tone layer. So go to the subject layer, and again, from the color halftone, click on this icon once again, double click on that, and then let's decrease the opacity to somewhere like 55. All right, now that doesn't look much blurry any longer. Then hit OK. Now moving on to the next step, we're going to bring back the lines layer. Click on this to make it visible. Then with this lines layer selected, go to the menu bar, go to filter. Again, let's go to filter gallery. Then go to stylize and click on glowing edges. Okay, so let's zoom this one out once again. And then for the options, I'm going to set the edge width to 2. For the edge brightness, somewhere like 9. And then for the smooth, set this one to 8. Alright, now that's fine. As you have noticed here that we already detected the lines, those white lines here in our subject. Once all set, hit OK. Now next step here is we're going to apply the torn edges. But before we do that, going on to the foreground color, make sure that the foreground color is set to white. Now, again, go to the menu bar, go to filter, go to filter gallery, and this time let's go to sketch and click on torn edges. Alright, so we turned that foreground color to white so that this turns to white. If the foreground color is black, that means this one will be black and the other one or the lines will be white. Okay, there you go. Alright, now let's zoom this one out. And then let's go to the setting. I'm going to decrease the image balance to amount of 13. All right. Have you noticed those black lines? That will be used later on. Then for the smoothness, let's just set this one to 12. And then for the contrast, to amount of 19 is okay. Then hit OK. All right. Now it turns to this. Now next step here is that we're going to add a little blur. So still with that lines layer selected, go to the menu bar, go to filter, go to blur, and find Gaussian blur. So we're going to add 1 pixels for the radius, then hit OK. Now after that, we're going to change the blend mode of this lines layer. So go here and find on multiply. All right, click on that. Now look at that. We already have this kind of effect. Now next step here is that we're going to apply the halftone frame. Okay, so on the other document, I prepare here this halftone. So let's copy this one. Press Control or Command plus C to copy. Then let's go back to original document. Press Control plus V to paste. Okay, so let's just flip this layer. So with that layer selected, press Control plus T for the transformation command. Then go to the contextual taskbar. Let's flip this one, something like this. Then let's also rescale this one to this. Position in the middle, then hit enter. Then let's change the blending mode of this layer to multiply. There you go. Now let's add here the text. But before we do that, I also prepare here a comic bubble. Let's get this bubble. So let's create a selection on this one. Let's copy this. Press Ctrl plus C to copy, and let's paste it here. Press Ctrl plus V. There you go. Press Ctrl plus T for the transformation command, and let's just bring it down here. Somewhere like that, then hit enter. Then let's add the text layer. So going on to the toolbar, let's go and find the type tool. This T type or this T icon. Click on that. For the options panel, I'm going to set the font style to oops regular. All right. So that's the kind of font. And then let's type it down here. All right. So just click on here and you can already start putting on the text. So let's say here, let's just change the color to black. And let's type down here, comic effect. And there have it. Now let me show you the before and after. This one is the before, and this one is the after. And that is how to create a comic effect in Photoshop.